Tracy. What brings you in today?
I've got a lot of stuff going on, and I think I need someone to talk to about it.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that you're here. Why don't you tell me more about what's going on in your life?
I'm just dealing with some stress in the workplace and some cattiness, and it's just kind of stressful for me right now.
Well, what about your job feels stressful to you?
There's just a lot of people that don't really do what they're supposed to be doing, and they try to, sway me to do what they're doing and kind of get me off track, and they're loud, and it's just kind of chaotic in there, and I can't really get done what I need to get done.
Well, that sounds like a stressful environment. If it were up to you, what kind of changes would you like to see happen?
Well, I mean, it's unrealistic to make sure that everybody's quiet, but I guess just more people minding their own business and actually doing work.
Well, do you feel that you have a safe place where you could talk about some of these issues
No.
with a supervisor?
No.
Well, how would you change that if you were a supervisor, if you were in charge? What would you do to make things easier for, your coworkers?
I'm not sure. I do think that a lot of things need to get put in place, such as, policies and procedures about office environment. I think people just kind of do whatever they want and they don't understand how that affects somebody else's work. If you're over there talking extremely loud and laughing and giggling and tee-heeing, I can't focus on what I'm trying to do, and we're all in cubicles. So, I mean, I don't understand how some people can't be respectful of other people in the office. I mean, we're all adults. It just seems kind of childish.
I hear what you're saying. Would you be willing to maybe try a support group or reach out to some of the other people that you work with to ask for help and possibly come together and get some sort of maybe supervision or support from each other?
Well, I don't really know who else in the office feels the way I do. It's just I'm one of those people who have a lot going on at my job. I have a lot of clients I have to take care of, a lot of paperwork, and it just seems like other people don't have all that stuff, which is odd because we all do the same thing.
Right.
So it just seems like nobody else is bothered by this but me. But I don't really talk to anyone else either, so I'm not really sure.
What about family? Do you feel that you could reach out to them and maybe talk to them about some of the stuff going on in your life for support?
I don't really think my family, I mean, that would be I don't really know about talking to my family about the issues I'm having at work. I don't think they'd really get it because no one in my family does anything similar to what I do.
Right. But as far as outside perspectives.
Oh, yeah, I talk to people that are outside of work, and they're kind of just like, you gotta try and schedule home visits. And I'm like, I understand, but there's so much paperwork that has to be done in the office that if I were to schedule home visits, I would never get the paperwork side done. So it's just trying to find something that works for me. I guess I just have to learn to tune it out. Maybe headphones, listening to music. But then I get distracted and I want to listen to all the music and not focus on what I'm typing. And so it's just trying to find something that's going to work. And some days it's not as bad as others.
Okay. Well, what do you know about stress reduction techniques? Do you have any that you use or know about?
I try to kind of count to 10. Maybe if I get angry or I go outside and I call a friend for a couple of minutes, or we get breaks, so I'll use my breaks, or like I said, I try to divide up the time so I'm not always in the office, but there are some days where you just can't avoid that.
Okay. Well, there are things called mind-body relaxation techniques. Do you feel that trying some of that might be helpful to you in your work and how you perceive things in your daily life?
I'm not really sure. I think maybe it's something I have to read on, but I wouldn't say that the noise is stressful. It's just more of an annoyance, and it doesn't stress me out. I mean, it's just annoying. It's just there, and it just doesn't need to be.
Okay. Could you give me a daily annoyance to you scenario that?
Oh yeah, there's people over in the cubicles laughing, tee-hee, and talking about the party they went to over the weekend, and I'm just like, how do you all have time to talk about this? You know, you service the same amount of clients as I do, and I don't have time to do that all day long, every day. Like, there's just so many other things that need to be done. So for you to be in a cubicle with 5 or 6 other staff laughing, tee-heeing, you know, talking about the party, who hooked up with who, I just don't understand where you have time for that. Are you not servicing your clients?
What are some of the physical reactions you feel when this kind of?
My eyes roll, like I roll my eyes. I kind of make a loud, like, whatever you want to call that.
Does your heart race?
No,
Feel
no.
no.
Mm-mm.
Okay. When you get home from work, how long does it typically take you to come down from?
Oh, I'm usually, once I walk out of that office for the day, I'm usually good. Like, I come home and I'm fine. I don't have any issues with it. It's not like a big deal. It's just an annoyance, and it's just something I have to learn to live with. I mean, those people aren't going to stop. So I just have to learn to adapt as best I can, or be, what did someone tell me, as healthy as you can be in an unhealthy environment.
Okay. Okay. Definitely hear what you're saying. Do you find yourself, drinking or using any sort of substances when you come home?
No. Mm-mm.
No? Okay, that's good. In terms of, outside activities to keep your mind at ease, can you share anything that you
I mean,
do? Leisure activities?
well, when you're a grad student, you don't really have too much time for leisure activities. So I work, then I come home. I usually watch some TV, grab some dinner, do some homework. I watch my niece a couple nights out of the week. During the weekend, you know, do whatever, hang out with friends, or go grab dinner, or shopping, or whatever. Just general stuff that everybody does.
Okay, good. How's your diet like?
It's fine. I mean, during the day, I'm just usually so busy. I don't really I don't really have time to grab lunch. But I usually eat dinner and I have a coffee for breakfast. My diet's. I don't think that's fine.
Okay, just wondering because the way you eat affects your energy and your way to cope with things. Sometimes if you don't eat breakfast or you don't have enough protein in your diet, you can get aggravated. So, I was just wondering, what other kind of support networks do you have that you can reach out to if you're ever feeling stressed? You have friends?
I mean, I have all that stuff in place. I mean, like I said, what's the issue at work isn't really affecting my whole life. It's just something that annoys me, and it's not really a big deal. It's not something I think I need to dwell on. I guess I just needed to be on a soapbox for a few minutes and just kind of vent, because it was really chaotic over the past week. So I'm good. I think I needed to just vent to somebody about it.
That sounds good. Um, well, are there any other issues or concerns that you have going on in your life right now that you feel you need to talk about?
I don't know. It's just getting crazy, with now that I go to school full time, and I have an internship coming up in a couple of months, and then, I have my own life. So, I just have to figure out how to prioritize things and make sure that I, don't get burned out, or I don't get sick. Because I know, when you've got a lot going on, you don't take time for yourself, you can get sick, and then I'll be out for who knows how long, and then nothing will get done. So I just need to find a way to balance my full-time job and an internship and my personal life. So stuff I'm working on. I'm trying to make, a schedule, like how I'm going to focus on each class and how I'm going to, get all my work done at work. I still have responsibilities at home, so I still need to make sure that I handle those. So it's just a balancing act right now.